Do I believe at one point or another Brady had surpassed what Belichick taught him? Of course. As a quarterback, you should.
Struggling. They're going highs and lows because Patriots are winning. They look like they get into the playoffs. They have a chance and whatnot. So.
Malibu at the diner part of the casino.
That they're gonna slip back a little bit. Ben,
Do you ever ask yourself the question as to
feel like
It's more than just Joe Biden, though. Like, it's just like people, even people.
So why do you think people are allowed to stay in public office for over?
Here with your name behind it, hoping that
no matter, I don't have to worry about my feelings to understand that.
conspiracy.
All
stuff.
right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the Doug Sarabo Show today. We got, well, they changed their seats. We got Jonathan and David talking Super Bowl 57. Kansas City Chiefs won. We all thought the Eagles were going to win except David. David, how are you feeling after that technical victory?
I'm loving it. I called Kansas City Chiefs since the beginning of the playoffs. Knew they were going to win it. I mean, it was a tough game at the end, but hey, Patty Mahomes. Now they smoking on that Philly blunt.
He had an inconsistent game a little bit.
No, he did. He also hurt himself at one point. He re-rolled his ankle. I mean, coming into it, I figured they were the better team. Philly wasn't that great. Bengals gave him a harder time.
Yeah, Bengals did give them a hard game.
Yeah.
Jonathan, what do you think about that game?
I have to agree with David. You can't deny greatness. Mahomes showed why he's gonna be a legend in the game. So, I did think the Eagles were gonna win. It's just I thought they were the better overall team.
I mean, in my opinion, they could have won.
Yeah.
There was a holding
10-point
call.
lead.
Holding at the end cost them the game.
Right.
I mean, this is 2 games in a row that we saw the Chiefs slide by with a victory. 2 big calls at the end of the game. Well, in each game, 1 big call.
Right.
You know, big call in the Bengals game, big call in the Chiefs game. I mean, the Philly game. But at the end of the game, Chiefs came out on top.
Yeah, Eagles should have never put themselves in that position to begin with anyway.
And that's the second time the Chiefs were trailing in the Super Bowl by 10 and they won.
Yeah.
20-10 against the Niners, 24-14 against the Eagles. Mahomes could be 0-3 in the Super Bowl.
Never count him out. Never count him out.
I mean, I think I was watching something. He had 6 comebacks this season.
Something like that.
Something
yeah.
like that. Mm-hmm. 6 come from behind wins. It's Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it's like Brady all over again watching him. The way he gets up the field.
Yeah, and there's that comparison already that Mahomes may catch Brady, but I don't think so.
What?
I don't know.
If he stays on pace, like stays on par with the course that he's on right now, he'll get there, in my opinion.
The thing is I feel like there's a hard quarterback class coming up. So
yeah, you got Allen, you got
Yeah.
Mahomes, you got Joey Burrow, you got
Hurts. Come on, like there's a lot of quarterbacks. I feel like although you know the Chiefs are a great team right now, who says that team's gonna be like that forever?
yeah. Well, they traded Tyreek Hill. Everyone thought they were rebuilding, and Mahomes called it out in the parade.
He did.
He's like, I don't know what rebuilding is.
But he still got 2 decent receivers with that, so I wouldn't really call it a rebuild, but
I mean, he also makes his receivers look good. I mean, his top receiver is Kelsey.
yeah, for sure. That's number
So-
1 option right there.
Besides that, he moves the ball around, dual threat quarterback. He knows how to rush. I mean, does he have the best legs on him? I wouldn't say he does, but he's got the vision so he can see up the field pretty good.
And the finesse, like with the side throws, everything that he does, the little like magic, it's just magic.
Are you thinking Travis Kelce is the greatest tight end of all time?
That's tough. I wouldn't say great.
I know you're probably
right
gonna
now.
say. I know you're gonna say Gronkowski.
Yeah, you have to deal with Gronk.
Well, okay, I'm not going to be biased. Tony Gonzalez was the greatest tight end I ever seen play. Gronk came in heavy. Travis Kelce's got a long way to go. He's still young. I mean, if he keeps this up, he could be considered one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the position.
Well, don't forget Gronk had Brady. Can't really.
I mean, Kelsey's got Mahomes, though.
Yeah.
He also had Alex Smith.
Ooh.
I mean, we'll see.
He was there before Mahomes.
We'll see.
See how I did that to him?
But then again, Kelsey wasn't a big name until Mahomes came into the picture. He
yeah,
didn't.
but what player? Well, he wasn't in his prime yet. You can make an argument for each.
Yeah, but you could say he became in his prime when Mahomes got there, so Mahomes made him better than what he was.
You got the stats? You got Travis Kelce's stats?
For the Super Bowl?
No, in general.
Before Mahomes got there.
Because, I mean, in reality, before Mahomes got there, were people talking about Kelsey the way they are now?
Not really, if you think about it, but he is in the conversation now.
I mean, we've been talking about Tony Gonzalez before and after. We still talk about him now, so.
And honestly, I don't even remember his quarterback.
Really?
No.
Career stats, 2014.
When did Mahomes get there? 15?
So when did he get into the league?
So 2014 is when he started playing. He got into the league 2013. Second year in, he starts 862 yards his first year starting. It only went up from there. 2015 did Mahomes start? Because from there on, it just skyrocketed.
Mahomes is 5 years in, so what's that, 17?
He got drafted in 17.
No, so he was still doing numbers. He was just progressing year by year. 875 to his third year in 2015 total yards. 1,125 yards in 2016. 1,038 in 2017. 1,300 in 2018. 1,200 in 2019. 1,400 2020. This is total yards. So yeah. He was still doing numbers. Without Mahomes, he was still putting up numbers.
I mean, in reality, he didn't break 1,000 receiving yards until
2016.
And then Mahomes came a year later.
Yeah. But he still had the potential.
Yeah, so we can't really just say, oh, he's only good because of Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, was he getting better? Yes.
Does having Mahomes help? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Mahomes made him look a lot better than what people noticed before that. Because, I mean, before Mahomes got there, who was really watching the Chiefs?
That's the other thing.
They were irrelevant.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, Mahomes played a factor in it. Coming over there, sidearm throws, shovel passes.
Yeah, but every quarterback does that.
Yeah, but I mean,
Burrow's done it for the Bengals.
But nobody was
did it for the Colts.
The problem is nobody was watching Kelsey before that. Unlike you watching Randy Moss before and after. You watched him out throughout his whole career. I mean, to me, that's Mahomes. You know, Mahomes brought the spotlight over there and put the spotlight on Kelsey. Was he a great tight end before that? Yeah, you could argue that he was a great tight end before that. But he became a better tight end after Mahomes.
Again, if you're just joining us, you could call us at 732-806-1911. Tweet us at Real Doug Saravo or follow us on all social media, Saravo Broadcasting. You got my personal number, call that. We're talking Super Bowl 57. Going to talk LeBron. But let's talk about MVP because I feel like Burrow could have been the MVP of this season and Hurts could have been the MVP of the Super Bowl because Mahomes didn't really have a big-time game.
Yeah, Mahomes didn't really do nothing, in my opinion.
Yeah, 180 yards, like 2 TDs or something like that, I believe. Hurts carried the team on his back. He should have won. He should have won MVP, in my opinion.
3 rushing touchdowns. His fourth down conversion rate is insane.
300 passing yards, one passing TD. Dude.
He's like a bulldozer.
He is.
Legit. Because who really stuck out for the Chiefs that game, realistically?
Not even Kelsey. I mean,
not even Kelsey.
Nobody.
He had big moments.
You know,
he had big moment. He had one big moment, but
I would say this: the Chiefs played more as a team coming in there because the ball got moved around a lot. But I mean, watching Hurts, that was just another show in its own.
I mean, you could say Isaiah Pacheco, 15 carries, 76 yards. Mahomes did throw 21 for 27, 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, but realistically, no one really stuck out. You could say Kelsey 6 for 81, but No one really put up numbers like Hurts did. 27 for 38, 304, 1 touchdown, and
he led in rushing, right?
the rushing yards.
I don't believe in that in rushing. I think he had 70 rushing yards.
1570. The second was Kenneth Gainwell with 721.
God.
Because when do you see a quarterback with 3 touchdown rushes?
Like I said, he's a bulldozer.
Yeah.
He just pushes his way through.
The only other quarterback I would see doing that, Josh Allen. I could see Josh Allen doing that. If he was in the Super Bowl.
What?
With the 3 rushing touchdowns.
What about Lamar?
Lamar's never going to get out the first round, so you have nothing to worry about.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Why?
No faith in them.
Are you a big Lamar guy?
No, but I'm saying as a rushing, like a running quarterback, you don't see him, if he ever got in that position, score 3 rushing touchdowns?
I don't see it.
I see him wanting to change his game anyway. He doesn't just want to be solely be like a rushing quarterback.
He's too inconsistent. He
is.
is.
Yeah. I mean, the guy scrambles a lot, but I mean, if he was put in that position, I think he'd be able to get at least 3 rushing touchdowns.
I don't know. I really don't see it. How many does he average per game?
I don't even know. Listen, I'm not a Lamar fan. I'm a Patriot fan. So
let's look at the Bengals, because I feel like this is a team that could get back there, but they have to get through the Kansas City Chiefs for a 3rd time in the AFC Championship game. Do you see Joe Burrow leading this team to a Super Bowl within the next 2 to 3 years?
yes. 2 to 3 years, yes. I could see him making it there. I mean,
Does he win it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on the cusp. They're already there. They're
I
right
mean,
there.
compared to NFC teams, the AFC has top tier teams with Buffalo, Chiefs, and the Bengals.
And it used to be the other way around.
Yeah, the NFC used to run a lot of it. I mean, Patriots have a bunch of Super Bowls throughout that time too.
Yeah.
With Tom Brady.
But I'm
so
talking about like in generally with all the teams.
yeah, I mean,
Conference, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the AFC was always Brady or
Yeah.
Manning. NFC could have been Breeze one year, Rodgers one year, Manning twice, Garoppolo. Who else do you have in the NFC? Brady, of course. Trying to think. Kaepernick. Who else went to a Super Bowl from the NFC?
Russ.
Wilson twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the NFC was wide open.
yeah. Now I don't see NFC as a threat really to winning a Super Bowl.
No.
I mean, between Mahomes, Burrow, I mean, Hurts, maybe the only guy in the NFC that can win a Super Bowl in the next 2 to 3 years, possibly. I mean, who else is over there? Dak is not getting it. By the way, coming back to the Super Bowl, that last throw from Hurts, I feel like he has no arm strength on him.
No. Well, he's been dealing with a shoulder injury.
Yes.
You gotta remember that.
Yes,
that was
but
and it's
still.
his throwing arm too.
That ball was sloppy coming out and everything.
It was. That was disgusting. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. That was grotesque. But still,
the last play of the game?
Yeah. I feel like if it ever came down to that again, he would not make a completion pass.
But he was throwing deep balls. Like he was getting those.
He does.
Yeah.
At 304?
He had one to AJ Brown. He had a bomb.
Yeah, I think
to
that was
A.J.
when
Brown.
they took the lead 24-14.
Yeah, I think it was a roller coaster for Eagles fans.
Yeah, it really
I mean, it was a roller coaster for both. I enjoyed every minute of it.
That game was phenomenal. I mean, until that last play, the call when it was a hold, but
James Bradbury?
Yeah,
Bradbury admitted to it.
Yeah, he said it was a hold.
He man up. And who was it? Juju?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Juju has no right to talk, in my opinion.
No, he does not.
He didn't.
Whatsoever.
What did he do that game?
Close to nothing.
753. Average 7.6.
How many receptions did he get? 2?
7.
7 receptions for how many yards?
53 yards.
Come on.
We got any Steeler fans listening that want to comment on Juju?
Mr. TikTok star at one point.
Yeah, and look at this career by Juju. We'll start his rookie year receptions. 58, 111, 42, 97, 15, 78. Without Mahomes, this guy's career could be over, and that's what Bradbury said.
It's true.
I think it's what AJ Brown said too.
AJ Brown.
Yeah, AJ Brown
said it too.
He had a second lease on his career. Got revitalized.
He called him the TikTok star.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Juju's nothing without Mahomes right now.
Mm-hmm.
He was also injured at one point, right?
I think so.
He was for a bit.
I think he was. Let's see. How many games did he play? Because his numbers last year, it's like 40. Last year, 15 receptions. So I think he got hurt last year.
Yeah, he got hurt last year. No, he didn't. Did he get hurt last year, or he just didn't play? I think they.
Why they scratched him? I swear he was hurt.
I can't remember. I mean, it's Juju.
Yeah, regardless, he had no right to make those comments. Like, just be happy that you won a Super Bowl in your career. You got a ring. You made it to the top. Kiss the ring, buddy. That's it.
Well, look what Melvin Gordon said, and he said it right. He's like, I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
That's one guy who literally didn't do shit, and he won a Super Bowl.
And he got a ring. That's
He went from being on the worst team to the best. That's insane.
I mean, it worked out for him at the end of the day.
It did.
That's like being the kid that does nothing in the group project.
Right.
And still gets all the credit.
Yeah.
I mean, in reality, there's a lot of players on that team that get rings that don't do anything. So, hey, you get it how you get it at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Let's look at Melvin Gordon's stats.
I don't think he did anything once he got to the Chiefs.
He didn't play a game this year.
No. Well, Broncos, he should have.
Yeah. When he got to the Chiefs, he didn't play.
He played 10 games with the Broncos.
Yeah.
Once they traded him.
Once they traded him, he didn't play anything.
Yeah, he didn't play anything.
He didn't play a single snap.
Because
they have Pacheco.
They got Pacheco.
They have Pacheco McKinnon.
Yep. There's no need for Gordon. He's just a backup in case someone gets injured.
No, he's a backup of the backup.
God.
Because
Yeah,
Pacheco's your starting running back. McKinnon is your I would say your passing running back.
Yeah, like the flex, I guess you could call it.
Yeah, you had flex running back. And then you got Gordon, who did nothing. Mm-hmm. By the way, Pacheco is from Jersey.
Yeah, I saw, I think Vineland or something?
Yeah,
right?
Vineland, New Jersey.
South Jersey.
Yeah, I saw that video.
That's all the way South Jersey. I mean, do we consider that Jersey?
No, we can't consider that Philly. Oh, that's actually awesome. Beating the Eagles. You're from South Jersey and you beat a team that's in Philly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you got to give credit to Hurts. He could have easily won the MVP.
He should have, in my opinion.
I don't see anyone close to these numbers.
What do you think the Bengals have to do in order to win a Super Bowl? Besides get past Mahomes.
Offensive line.
Offensive line, immediately. You have to fix that. I understand they had injuries, but you got to fix that. You need some more, I don't know, it needs to be more stable there.
And then maybe add another receiver.
Because Burrow, he got sacked, 4 times? Or 3 times in the first quarter.
He got pressured a lot in that game.
Yeah, with the Chiefs game. 3 times in the first quarter against the Chiefs.
But they still found a way to come back. Last year, too, when it was 21-3. All right, so we're talking Bengals now. Their receivers is Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. I think they need another receiver.
Really?
I think so.
You got Tyler Boyd. Boyd puts in work.
Yeah, but not like I'm not saying like a big guy. I'm not saying like
right.
But you have to at least add depth to it because these are their depth guys. Kwame Lassiter and Trenton Irwin.
Do you think that because they have good wide receivers, do you think they need a better slot receiver?
You see, that's key right there.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Even trying to upgrade at tight end because Hayden Hurst isn't really a top caliber guy.
I mean, that's a problem. Is when you don't have that slot guy, whether it's a tight end or a receiver, you're looking for down the field most of the time.
Yeah.
And when you look down the field and you don't have anything, you're getting sacked. if not scrambling.
Because when you have guys like Kelsey and Gronkowski, or name another one, you don't have to worry about going deep because they're right there.
Yeah.
If they're double teaming Higgins and Chase, you'll be able to find your tight end.
Right.
So that's definitely an upgrade need for the Bengals. Let's talk about, since we're talking football, let's talk about your Jets.
Oh, come on.
What's their offseason need?
Derek Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr. I don't want Rodgers. I don't care for that Hackett connection. We don't need Rodgers.
Oh, Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett. We don't need that. We don't need Rodgers. Derek Carr is the go-to guy. Garoppolo gets injured. He's too injury prone. Even if we get Garoppolo, he won't be on the field for long, in my opinion. It'll just go back to Wilson. And we know how that goes. We know how that story goes.
I feel like the best outcome for the Jets would be getting Carr.
Yeah, it would be.
You think he wants to go to the Jets?
I think he wants to go anywhere he's going to start.
Anywhere, yep. Anywhere where he's needed.
Because I was talking to Nick, and he says the Saints may get him.
No. Possibility, but I don't.
Who's over there now?
For the Saints?
Yeah.
Winston.
And Hill. And then they have the little Swiss knife
They got Dalton, I think.
with Hill. Well, you have Dalton, too.
But then that all falls on what Carr wants, because there's going to be plays where Hill comes in, and most of the time it's in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to split that time with another quarterback?
So, but is it too late to give up on Wilson? Because he only played in...
He played most of the season.
He played in 9 games.
So he played half the season.
He played
half the season.
He has to mature.
A little more than half the season.
I wouldn't say give up on him, but bring in Derek Carr. Let him, if not mentor, at least he can see how the position should be played, how one should carry themselves at that position. You get what I'm saying? Because he definitely needs to be more... He has to hold himself more accountable.
Because the Jets finished this year, what? They were, what, 7-10? They were 7-10, right?
Something around there.
Because his record this season was 5-4.
They only won 6 games.
No, they were 7-4, and that's when we were talking at working like,
Yeah, 7-10. Then they lost 6 in a row.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they fell apart.
After that 7th game.
I mean, I think even if they have who was their backup? Mike White and Joe Flacco?
Yes, Joe Flacco, he's coming to the end of career. So, I see Carr coming over and playing there, because to me, that's a starting job, and he can easily do a good 2 to 3 seasons there, no problem.
And he has the weapons there. You got more. You got
Yeah, they do have the Jets weren't a bad team.
But that's the thing is,
Their
right
quarterback
now,
position was inconsistent.
no, it's not even that. If you think about it, what are the Jets? They're a young team.
Mm-hmm.
They need somebody like Carr, who's been in the game for a while, to mold those guys to make them a better team. There's no leadership in that team right now. You got a young Zach Wilson trying to lead an offense where there's other young guys. You need a veteran in there. You need somebody that's going to take, leadership and say, listen, guys, this is what we need to do.
And hold them accountable.
Yeah, hold them accountable.
Because,
Because I don't think they take Zach serious as a leader.
Well, I don't even think Zach takes himself serious.
No, he don't. And you talked about that on the last show, that these young guys,
similar
young
to
quarterbacks.
who was the kid that got drafted by the Browns?
Johnny Manziel?
Yes. He's not at that level, but he's near there as far as maturity. So he could play the game. It's just he has to hold himself accountable.
I knew that was going to happen with Manziel.
Yeah.
I tried calling up Boomer.
Mr. Johnny Football?
No, I tried calling up Boomer and Gio, right? And Boomer and Carton years ago, and I was like, I don't think. Or you guys are talking college quarterbacks. I don't think Johnny Manziel's going to be. I think Johnny Manziel's going to be a problem to himself in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he at now?
What happened?
CFL maybe.
They never put
Sportscasting, right?
I have no clue.
If that.
I never got through because Al Dukes was like, how come you want to attack Johnny Manziel? Because I don't see it working out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some good quarterbacks in the league still. We've got. What do you guys think, Kyler Murray? What's going to happen with Kyler Murray?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I think he stays.
No, I think he's done it in Arizona, in my opinion.
Didn't he just sign an extension?
He did sign an extension, but
he's gonna want to leave.
I mean, they're treating him like a nobody.
Yeah.
They are.
And for his height and size, I think he's a decent quarterback. I mean,
He's like another.
they have no choice but to keep him at this point, I think.
Well, there are a lot of teams that need quarterbacks.
But I'm saying, if
like-
Arizona gets rid of him,
Atlanta is one.
Atlanta's in desperate need of quarterback. Who's over there now?
Mariota.
Mariota, Ritter.
I was never a big Mariota fan.
No, never.
Can he win you some games? Yes.
Tampa needs a quarterback, but I think they're going to go with Trask. I think that's what's going to happen. I think they go with...
Can we say this now? Miami might need a quarterback soon.
Very soon. Very soon.
Because those concussions aren't nice. They're not sitting pretty.
Mm-mm.
And if it happens again next season, physicians are not going to want to clear him right away. He's going to be out again another 2 or 3 games. Easy. And what do you have? 3 this season?
Yeah, 3.
Two
back
of them,
to back.
Yeah, 2 of them back to back. That was insane. And they were clear, obvious concussions.
You see the posturing, like with his hands and whatnot. That was scary. That was the first one. That was the first time it happened, and that just scared everybody. It had doctors talking, making YouTube videos about it and whatnot. Everyone was just like, "Why?" And then after the second game, everyone was just like, "Why the hell was he cleared? Why?" So
I am not sure
scapegoat
about
and
that.
whatnot. They had a doctor clear him out, or who were they blaming at first?
They were blaming the
coach,
the
right?
team medical doctor at first.
Mm.
And then it falls back on your coach, because your head coach, for putting you back out there.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the doctor.
But you know what? I'm tired of this pointing game from the NFL. It's always try to blame others, but don't take the responsibility for yourself.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you also have physicians up in the skybox looking down for these.
Uh-huh.
And for you to only blame team physicians and team coaches and not say we missed that call as well, we didn't see it, and we take responsibility that this is something we need to fix.
Yeah, they're worse than Zach Wilson. They're not going to hold themselves accountable.
Yeah. So I think the NFL needs to start holding themselves accountable for a lot of things.
Yeah, I noticed that. They never do.
No.
It's the same thing with the ref situation. They're always going to back
Well,
them
did you
up.
see that video? One of the players called it out. Did you see how Roger Goodell celebrated with the Chiefs players?
Yes. But I feel like he celebrates with a lot of the winning teams.
He does. He did it with Brady, I believe.
He's done it with Brady.
Yeah.
He does it with a lot of the teams.
All right, because I don't think that was like a good look.
No,
Like,
but
especially with all the controversy that's been happening in the last few
definitely
games.
Not a good look.
I feel like it's one of those things that he does a lot with teams. Because I feel like he's done it with Brady, and everybody's like, "Oh, look, him and Brady."
Oh yeah.
So it's nothing new from him. I mean, you're happy that a team won. You know, maybe he did have a favorite, or at least he had an idea of who he
definitely
would
has
have
a
thought
favorite.
he
would have
does.
won.
That's
Because
like-
I mean, you're only human.
It's like a parent with their favorite child or whatnot. He
Hey,
has one.
you're
Right
only
now,
human.
right now it's Mahomes. That's the big money maker.
Yeah, because if
right now.
Mahomes goes down, you're not gonna
Exactly.
make money.
That's the big money maker. Right
I think if it was the Bengals in that position,
He'd
you would
do
have
the
seen
same.
Goodell with a freaking cigar in his mouth
yeah,
too.
yeah. He would do the same thing with Burrow because Burrow's marketable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about these young guys now. So whatever he does, it's to make himself more money at the end of the day. And the only way to do that is to make the best outcome of it. And hey, we could say controversy sells. Maybe he knows it.
Hey, that's true. Again, if you're just joining us, we got Dave and Jonathan on, Jet fan, Patriot fan. We're talking NFL. We're gonna talk LeBron coming up. He broke the record. So there's gonna be a heated conversation on who the GOAT is. I personally think it's LeBron. You guys could disagree. You guys can. You got thoughts? Give us a call, 732-806-1911. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back. MVP quarterback, and then the other quarterback we have is Derek Carr.
Everything happens to me. Zach Wilson getting hurt happens to me. Not getting let into Bar A happens to me. Going to the hospital after the Jets beat the Titans happened to me.
Especially going back to Columbus down.
Why? They were horrible this year.
Malibu at the diner.
These leaders of these countries.
All right, guys, we are back on the Doug Soravo Show, which is brought to you by Stutz Betting. Bet like Michael Lepore. Hope you hear us. It looks like the computer froze a little bit, but we're going to continue the conversation anyway. Who's the GOAT in your mind? LeBron broke the record.
I'm biased.
Sell Malibu at the diner part of the casino.
The Cleveland Guardians, they basically ran away with that division.
Girls all over Hawaii. It's Hawaii. Obviously.
Oh, of course.
There's going to be some good-looking girls.
He would wear McKinnon, and then he would
Are better than every other American League team.
Yeah, but this is my show. MVP quarterback, and then the other quarterback.
No matter, I don't have to worry about my feelings to understand that.
All right, we are back on the Doug Soravo Show. Sorry for the interruption, but let's go back to LeBron breaking the record. Who do you think the GOAT is? You said you're biased.
I'm biased. I mean, I'm a Kobe fan, so to me, Kobe, it's generational greats. So you can't compare different people from different eras because there's different, aspects to the game. Now, the biggest controversy is LeBron really that great? And he broke the scoring title, which back then there was no 3-point.
I see what you're doing.
So there's no 3-pointers. He had 4 years ahead. He started fresh out of high school. So people were like, oh, he got 4 years on him. I mean, this era, LeBron's the greatest. This era.
I agree with that. This era, yeah. Because you got to think, the game is so offensively minded and geared towards offensive now. Like, they'll let guys travel. I've seen it. They won't call.
I don't think the game is a lot softer.
It is.
It's a lot softer.
Yeah, it is.
Could you imagine if Shaq was playing in today's NBA?
Oh, he'd be getting fouls every time below. Like, no matter what he did. That guy was on you 24/7, elbows, everything. So the game is a lot softer, and it's a lot more shooters. Guys are shooting threes a lot more than anything.
Well, that's that Steph Curry effect. When he came onto the scene, shooting threes, shooting from half court, everyone wants to be like him. It gets you points.
Yeah.
It puts up points quick.
That's all people do now is shoot the three.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, LeBron shoots threes.
Even you got big guys shooting the three, like Jokic.
Right. And that's the Dave's point, how it's changed the game. Like, you got big spray.
It's all about the three game. So. It's all about the 3-point shot.
It's all about shooters now. So, yeah. I mean, you're talking about guys back in the day that used to have to drive the ball to score, and there was no 3-point shooting. So, I mean, if you took the film from back then and added all the time somebody shot from a 3-point and gave them those extra points, would they be past LeBron?
I don't know if Kareem would be, regardless. Because I don't think since there was no 3-point, he never had to focus on it. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was always down low.
It was one of the things that guys didn't have to worry about, shooting a three.
Well, what do you factor to be the greatest? Like, greatest all-around player? Impact on the team? Because LeBron could do it all.
Yeah, there's multiple factors.
LeBron made his teams better. Obviously, obviously the Cavs are better now without him, but before and after, Cavs were a joke in the league.
Well, LeBron has made teams better, but LeBron has also played with top tier guys. You know, going to Miami where he won what, 3 championships, 2, 2 championships.
But he also won a championship in Cleveland with no superstar other than himself. I believe.
Yeah, they added Love, but Kyrie and Love wouldn't be the same without LeBron.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, but could you say that about Jordan? He left and came back and still won championships?
No.
No?
You can't.
A guy who left the league, came back, still played, and won championships.
Still with the same core. Still the same core of players.
But if he would have never left, he would have had more championships, in my opinion.
Who, Jordan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If he never left to play baseball.
So you think LeBron would have ever caught up or would have been where Jordan was if he never left the league to play baseball and do whatever?
But Jordan also had Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, so it's...
Well, there is the
Steve
argument
Kerr,
that Rodman
Steve
was the greatest on that team.
He had other players.
Yeah.
LeBron, if you look at the teams LeBron went to...
He had J.R. Smith.
He had J.R. Smith.
Iman Shumpert as a starter.
Think about it. Look at the... I think
Kyrie when he was first in the league.
When LeBron left the Cavs, they went from a 66-win team to 19 wins.
Right.
And I think when Jordan retired, the Bulls were still 50 wins, still a 50-win team. So to have that big impact on a team...
I mean, it's one of those hard to say. Because I don't think LeBron would have lasted back in Jordan's era.
Probably not, because I don't think they would give him all the calls. But at the end of the day, he's had a bigger impact on his team and the players around him.
Well, that's because Jordan was, it's me, it's my time. I'm the guy. Give me the ball. And LeBron does do that, but not to that extent.
No, he's more of like a pass-first type of guy.
And that's the problem, though. LeBron, when he was the give me the ball, everybody was mad. And then when it was, why isn't LeBron taking the last shot? It's like, do you want him to hog the ball? Do you want him to play with the team?
Yeah, but that comes with greatness. You get haters. It's always going to be a lose-lose with the fans.
I don't know. Can I say LeBron's the GOAT of this era? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
of this era, for sure. I agree with that.
I don't think LeBron would have lasted a day in Jordan's era, Kareem.
No, I think he would have competed.
He would have competed, but I don't think he would have been one of the top guys. Because you're talking about eras where
the physicality was different.
You had big guys.
Yeah, but that's the same for every sport. Football is not as physical.
No, it's not.
No.
I mean, they baby the quarterback. But that's what I'm saying is take a guy like Mahomes and put him in back in the day. He would have probably got lit up.
Yeah.
He would have probably been hurt a lot.
But the game changed that way. The game is changing for NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah, obviously.
It's no longer about, I'm going to throw 50, 55 touchdowns a year like Peyton did, like Tom did. Even Mahomes hit 50. But quarterbacks today are running mobile quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Burrow runs. Mahomes runs. Allen runs. Jackson runs. Mariota kind of. Wilson tries to run. Danny Jones runs. A lot of these quarterbacks are running the ball.
Yeah. So
it's a whole different ball game from the old NFL quarterbacks to the new quarterbacks of today.
Yeah. But we're also talking basketball right now. So.
No, I know, but the game of basketball, the physicality...
It's gotten less because of the fact that if I was to post down low as a big guy and I push my elbow into you, they're most likely going to call a foul if I do it too rough. Back in the day, these guys were bumping each other. And they were even fighting on the court. Yeah. I mean, they were throwing...
Dennis Rodman, he had so many technicals. Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
But they were a lot physical. And, when you got down low, you were going to... Depending on who you were playing up against, you were thinking about that twice.
Ben
Wallace.
Rasheed
Wallace, too. Those Pistons.
Remember that
no
game
joke.
in 2004? That would not happen today.
That dynasty, the Pistons.
No, of course not.
They were no joke.
They would have called the first foul, and that wouldn't even have escalated to that.
No, they would have probably threw him out the game after the first one.
Yeah,
depending on how it was.
Especially how the league is now. My God, it's very. Like they'll call a tech if you come onto the court from the bench to
Did
celebrate
you see
your
Pat
player.
Beverly show the referee the camera?
Yeah.
He got
Yes.
a technical.
You got
Yes.
a tech for that. I mean,
Back in the day, nope. You might have gotten a point back to the bench, go back over there before I call something.
yeah.
They would have given you an opportunity. Nowadays, you do
Everything
the
is
slightest
called
thing,
right away.
out of here.
And
1,
that's
2,
the-
3.
That's the difference of the game. So you can't really say I don't think LeBron would survive. Maybe it would be a different type of game for him, but I still think he would have competed and he would have made the people around him better.
Yeah, because you got to think, when he started, it was 2003, so the game was still physical.
Yeah, it was still in that.
It was transitioning.
It was transitioning, but
Yeah.
it was still. You still had those guys. You still had those Detroit
Kevin
Pistons.
Garnett, Paul Pierce, those guys that were from the old days.
I wouldn't say Paul Pierce, but
Paul Pierce.
yeah, you still had
Paul Pierce is.
physical guys
Yeah.
that we're talking about playing down low, bumping you out.
Paul Pierce was one of those
They were
guys.
they were
one of them.
They were just falling, basically leaving the league. They were
No.
I feel like they were at a point where
No, he left. I mean, they were getting towards the latter end, but they
Yeah.
had like 6 or 7 more years after that.
yeah, but they were coming towards that like light side. I mean, Paul Pierce played how much longer?
So like 2010.
Yeah, but then where
2011.
did he go?
Huh?
Where did he go
was
after
with
that?
The Celtics.
And then he left.
Yeah, but still, man.
It was still
It's physical.
06, 07. It was still the physical.
When LeBron first came.
When LeBron first came, yeah. I mean, you still had some physical guys, but I'm saying as it transitioned, it got a lot easier for LeBron.
Yeah, it did.
It's gotten a lot easier.
A lot.
Guys are running up points. They're shooting more. It's not as physical back then. Like, I would love to see guys poster down low, shove around. You can't do it now. You can't do it. And a lot of guys are playing back, sitting a little further back, comfortable. You got the three. It's a shooter's league. It's definitely a shooter's league.
Yeah, that changed because of Steph Curry.
Yeah.
So
everyone wants to be like Steph, and everyone wants to shoot the three.
But that's why I say you can't compare errors. You
Yeah.
can't compare
It's
errors
hard.
of
The game completely
players.
changed.
It's a whole different aspect. You don't know what LeBron would have done back in the day, but the way these guys are playing and what
So
you
why
see now
why do all fans, the media, why do they have that conversation?
of what?
Who's better? If it's better to
Because they always want to compare players.
No, I know that, but if it's better to compare errors, why even bring it up?
Because it turns into an argument and it has people talking about it no matter what. If we just said, okay, LeBron's the GOAT of this era, Michael Jordan was the GOAT of his era, you have nothing to talk about.
Not to get on football, but you do it for everyone does it for Brady. Brady's better than Montana, but Brady never played in his era.
But I don't compare it to. Listen, I grew up in a Brady era. The guys who bring up the Montana are the guys that grew up in the Montana era. And it's like, listen, Brady will never last in this era. They bring up that conversation. The guys that bring up is LeBron the greatest of all time are the guys that grew up around the Jordan era and watched Jordan play. And they want to say, listen, either they say Jordan wasn't as good back then than LeBron.
Yeah, but there's people who grew up during LeBron's era that still say Jordan is
Yeah, but
better.
who stirred the pot first?
The older heads.
The older heads will always stir the pot first. They'll come up with the stories. Oh, Jordan did this, Jordan did that. And then all of a sudden, that's when you get the young guys like, no, LeBron, watch LeBron play. And then you get the older guys, LeBron, nah, we're going to watch Jordan. Jordan will always be the greatest. That's why I say I grew up in a Kobe era. To me, Kobe was the greatest of that era when he came up. There's guys that be like, oh, Shaq, this and that. Listen, a player that I thought was great that never got the recognition, Allen Iverson.
Oh yeah, he was great.
He was a great player.
No one talks about Iverson.
No. And he doesn't get the recognition
Which is sad.
that he
really.
should have.
Yeah, which is sad.
The guy was an all-around great player. He had the skills. He can move the ball. He can shoot. But nobody talks about him. Why? Because the league was out for him as soon as he stepped into the NBA. He was the guy that they were targeting. The guy that came in with the braids, the cornrows, and then he cut his hair, and then it still wasn't making him happy. It was always a goal to get AI out the league.
Yeah, because you look at his numbers.
The guy was an animal.
33 1 year he averaged. His career stats is 26 points per game, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. For a point guard position, he played well.
And that's an era where big men ruled.
Dominated, yep.
You had Shaq. You had all these big guys, Kevin Garnett.
Tim Duncan.
And
Barkley,
tell you the truth,
Rodman.
we could also say Allen Iverson was Steph Curry before Steph Curry came into the league. This guy had a shot on him.
He did.
From 3-point range. The way he would move the ball.
But I want to say that much. Because Steph Curry.
No, because of the fact that they made AI an outcast in the NBA.
Well, he didn't really shoot the three that much. He was a ball handler, but he never.
What was his 3-point percentage?
He never really shot the three that much. He would 313.
Because I feel.
And 1,000 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Steph is at what? 3K?
Yeah, Steph. Steph doubled that already. I think AI was mostly known for his ball
Yeah, he's
handling.
at 302.
AI was mostly known for his ball handling. He did shoot threes. Don't get me wrong,
But normally your 3-point guy was basically Ray Allen during that time.
Yeah, Ray Allen was an animal.
Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Miller.
I mean, back in the day, that had some good 3-point shooters.
But it's not as big as it is today.
Yeah, he was.
Kevin Durant shoots the
He was the
3-point.
ball
See,
handler.
AI is a 4-time NBA scoring champion. And for them to not give him any
Nah,
recognition as a
he
player,
deserves his flowers.
and 3-time NBA steals leader. Like, come on. Yeah, he averaged 26.7 points per game.
That's career stats, right?
That's career stats. To keep that stat number, that's amazing to me.
I always thought Vince Carter was good, but no one really considers Vince Carter one of those top players.
You know what is the thing is with fans or just with people in general. I feel like the rings matter way too much, in my opinion. They forget the things they do during the regular season or the stats they hold, the accolades they get.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that because
You only care about the rings.
yeah, I don't think Iverson's never won a championship.
No.
So
I mean, Carter wasn't really one of those big point guys, but he had those moments because his career numbers is 16 points per game. So he really, right? Is that correct? There's no way that's
Carter?
16 points per game.
Yeah, career wise.
I mean,
he had big moments. That's what Carter was doing. With his game, he would drive in, dunk the shit out of that ball, man. Dunk contest. He had one where he was in, I think it was with T-Mac. Was it with T-Mac where he pulled that windmill off?
Yeah, McGrady. That generation, like early 2000s.
Yeah.
A lot of good players. A lot of good players. But I feel like it's different now because you have so many top players, but they're not on all one team.
No.
And when they do go on one team, they make nothing of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave and I were talking about this
Look at the Nets.
a couple days ago.
Yeah, what a disaster that was.
Like, nothing came of that. What they play, a total of what? How many games together?
I think it was Harden, Durant, and Kyrie played about 20 or so games together in 3 seasons or 2 seasons that Harden was there. After that, KD and Kyrie together, I think it was like 30 or 40 games.
That's
for
insane.
3 seasons.
Yeah,
you created the biggest three big men of all
KD
time.
got that extension too, but nothing went out with it.
And Kyrie was just being Kyrie, where he says, he's going to stay and leave.
Super teams are not really it anymore. Especially if you can't stay healthy. That's the big deal. Like if you can't stay healthy, because look at LeBron and AD.
I mean, they won their championship though.
COVID year, but
I was gonna say that was a bubble.
A win is a win.
Bubble year. A win is a win.
A win is a win.
no, I count it. I think they were gonna win regardless. But that's still
Yeah, but then after that, what happened? AD got hurt. LeBron started getting hurt.
You know what? That win is very that win is legit because a lot of players were saying they were more focused than ever.
Oh yeah, I think that was
Oh,
the
of
hardest
course.
championship to ever win.
outside noise and whatnot was just out. You're literally in the hotel for what? It was like how many weeks or so? It was a bunch of weeks, and you're just there focused on playing basketball. Remember seeing an interview with Mitchell, and he was
You had
saying,
so much going on that year. You had COVID.
Yeah.
You had the election.
But while you were playing, it's
you
just
had
you were focused.
you had social injustice and everything going on.
Yeah.
And they were stuck in that. They were stuck in the bubble. They couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They couldn't get their mind over something that was basketball, and all the outside noise.
Yeah. So I mean, a win. Their win there was.
It's still a win.
Is a win, but at the same time, if this regular season would have went on, would they have won? Possibly, but you're never gonna know.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I mean, a lot of these young guys are playing better than the guys that you thought were gonna play really good.
Yeah.
Like, who was it? McCall Bridges?
Yeah, he played well for the Nets.
And he already had good defense. So the Nets just added depth. And now you can see that he can score. That he can put up the points. So
The Nets are going to probably play better now than they did with
Am I-
Harden and Kyrie
Am
and
I-
KD.
Yep. I wholeheartedly
Yeah, because
agree.
they're 34-24. It's not like they were a bad team and all of. And you know what's funny? I haven't really heard fans complaining. Oh, because normally when you trade your big guy, they're like, "Oh, here we go. We're going into the rebuild mode. This team is."
Now when you have
I'm going to say
this
this.
team is done. No one's complaining about that.
When Harden left, they didn't care. When Kyrie left, it was, I wish we could have kept him.
Yeah.
When KD left, that's probably when it hurt the most.
Yeah, when KD left, as a Nets fan.
But as a
it hurt.
Nets fan, if I was a Nets fan right now,
When you have-
watching the way they playing right now,
Cam-
I'd be happy.
Yeah, Cam Thomas. As soon as Kyrie gets traded, three games, 40-point games, back to back to back. I
Bridges
think
is over there and he's
second
playing
young-
amazing.
Yeah, second youngest player to do that, and it's just like,
Like I'd be happy with how that's going.
yeah,
And then how many second rounders they get?
4.
Because the league was all about second rounders.
I think they got 4 picks in total.
I think they had 2 first rounders.
Yeah, 2 and 2. They got a haul for KD. They got Cam Payton, McCall Bridges, Jay Crowder, who's now with the Bucks, and then 4 picks, which is crazy.
I mean, I'd be happy if I was a Nets fan.
Yeah.
You got a good young core around you.
Content.
They're playing good right now. They're still playing good.
I'm content. As a
And
Nets
then-
fan. And you have a lot of guys who disagree with me, Nets fans, but you just got to see
Why
where
would
it
you?
goes.
I would
Because
say this. Why would you disagree though?
You'll have Nets fans who disagree when you literally saw the Nets go into the first round and get eliminated 4. They got swept.
If I was
4 games to 0 by Celtics.
if I was a legit Nets fan, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
You have a good young core that are playing well together.
That's what you want.
Playing better than KD, Kyrie, and Harden ever did.
Exactly. You got more depth now on the roster and more defense, in my opinion.
All right, so this I want to get back to my point with LeBron and the Cavs.
Yeah.
And how he makes teams better. So when LeBron left the first time with a decision, that Cavs team won 61 games. Following year, they won 19. 13-14. They won 33 games. When he came back, they won 53. Then after he left in 17-18, they won 19 games. And they've it's not like LeBron was the only player. Jordan had a lot of good guys around him.
Oh, he did. That
LeBron
team
makes
was
his
built
team
around
so
Jordan.
much better, and that's why maybe LeBron is the better athlete rather than the greatest of all time. Even though I think he's the greatest of all time, but
I don't even know athlete. That's hard. Because what Jordan did on the court, he would do some.
it's really a tough conversation.
I mean, Jordan had a flu game. You think LeBron would be able to do flu game?
Nope.
No, LeBron would sit.
He was sick.
That's the problem nowadays, though. Load management on players.
Yeah.
And I get it. You don't want players getting hurt.
But it hinders-
But back in the day, These guys showed no signs of being hurt.
No.
Even when they were hurt, they showed no signs.
That's why I think Kobe, in my opinion, is the closest thing to Jordan that we will ever have gotten.
Well, they've showed videotape
As
of.
far as
Yeah,
that,
they've
that
had that
competitive
conversation
drive.
way before Kobe got into the
Actually,
league.
I believe Jordan himself said that Kobe is the next great thing to play the way he did.
Yeah, as far as a competitive drive. Now, in this generation or era, I mean, Russ is almost out the league. I think he's getting older now. But Russell Westbrook, he's not as great, but as far as a competitive drive, he has that. He has that same drive that Jordan has.
I don't know.
No, he does.
I feel like he's a fucking crybaby.
Yeah,
Sorry if I curse, but
Nah.
I really don't care for Russell
No?
Westbrook.
I think
When he was in OKC, Mr. Triple Double.
Yeah, but I think
But he
he's
had
also-
nobody.
Yeah, that
OKC team was horrible.
He had to do it all.
Yeah, but 3 seasons doing that though.
I would say Harden is a better player than Russell.
No.
Harden came off the bench to get a starting position and played well. Is he all around a great player? No. We know how Harden is. Harden is a crybaby as well. If he doesn't get his way, he wants to leave.
Yeah,
But I don't think Westbrook's that good.
he is.
No, I don't.
Russell has 2 bad years.
Durant is better than Westbrook.
This is like a recency bias in my opinion because he has 2 bad years and everyone forgets about all the years prior. He's called Mr. Triple Double for a reason. He had 3 seasons averaging triple double.
All right, I'm gonna get
With
to that.
nobody on his
I'm gonna
team.
get to that roster, but I just want to say what I have to say with LeBron. When they won 61 games, this was his roster: Daniel Gibson, Danny Green, J.J. Hickson, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, LeBron, Antoine Jameson, Jermario Moon, Shaq, Anthony Parker, Delonte West, Jamal Williams, Mo Williams. LeBron never really played with anyone special.
When he was on the Cavs, no.
No, it was until Miami. They had a great team in Miami.
Oh yeah, they did.
That was an amazing team in Miami.
That was a really good squad.
All right, when did he have that? When did Westbrook win that MVP? That triple double.
Who knows? That was his OKC era time.
2017, 18.
Wait, it was after. It was after he left, right? KD. KD left when?
Let's see.
Oh yeah, because the Cavs lost in 17-18, so I think that's the year.
I think KD left 17. I think that's the year KD left. 2017 to the Warriors.
2017, he won MVP.
Yeah, so that was the year.
Westbrook.
All right, so this is who was on his roster. All right.
Steven Adams, Carmelo Anthony.
Well, he wasn't in his prime.
Yeah, Carmelo was not in his prime.
Still, you got a big
Jeremy
name.
Grant, Paul George, Terrence Ferguson,
Paul
Raymond Felton.
George. Dude, you should have had it. Oh, this is when they were trying to do super teams still. I remember Paul George being
Yeah,
on
but
there.
what did he still had? He put the whole team on his back.
Exactly. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, Dave.
You're talking about a guy who did everything on that team.
Exactly. But he's still that diminishes his accomplishments. He's not.
No, it
he's
doesn't,
Not, he's not
but-
great. He's not as great as.
But you need your other guys to step up.
Oh yeah, but I'm just talking about solely him. I'm just talking about solely him that he has competitive drive.
Oh, he does.
And
I agree with you there, but I don't think he's one of those top 5 point guards.
No. I never said that. As far as competitive drive, he's up there. Like
I think he's a crybaby.
Close to Jordan. That's
He
what
doesn't-
that's
Wait,
what I
close
mean.
to Jordan?
Whoa.
I don't think so. I don't
Competitive
think so.
drive.
Close to Jordan though?
Yeah, like who else is gonna go out there on the court and do what he does and be competitive all the way through? Get triple
Kobe?
doubles and carry.
LeBron?
No, I know.
Shaq?
But I'm saying it's very few people. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. There's probably a bunch of names people can say that before Westbrook pops into the conversation.
And actually go out there and do it.
Yes.
I don't know.
Kobe used to get to the
Kobe-
gym before
obviously-
anybody else.
Yeah, obviously Kobe's out there, but Russ is the same way. Russ is the same way. There's very few people like with that mindset.
I don't know.
I would never throw Russell into the conversation.
I would. People forget about those great
If we were
years that he
talking
had.
top 10, okay, it might be 10, 9.
So who else are you gonna throw?
5?
Who
Top
else-
5, I wouldn't put.
Who else you throwing in there? Top 5. If
Top
you're not- If
5?
you're not gonna throw Russ in there. As far as a competitive drive, like who's gonna go out there and get it? You got Jordan, you got Kobe.
Like Just all positions.
Yeah, doesn't matter which position.
You got Jordan. No specific order, and this is just like 5 names I could probably put ahead of him.
I wouldn't do order.
You got Jordan, you got Kobe, you got LeBron, you got. I'd probably put Curry ahead of him. Tim Duncan, Shaq, Ginobili.
What?
Ahead of him? Like, these guys, freaking, they made positions what they were. Like, Shaq was the ultimate big man when he came into the league.
Yeah.
How hard? Say Barkley.
Like,
no, Barkley was lazy. Barkley was lazy.
Like,
he could have been a lot better.
Ginobili brought the Euro step.
Yeah.
Like, he created
Did I
something.
screen record what he said about Barkley and put it?
He was lazy, though.
Tweet it to
Allen Iverson.
Charles Barkley? Nah, he was.
And tweet it to NBA on
He said it himself.
TNT.
I tell you, Allen Iverson probably worked way harder than Westbrook just because he was the black sheep of the NBA. He had to work hard.
Yeah.
As a player.
I don't know.
So top 5 competitives, I would say
Russ is up there for me.
Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron. You already have 4. You got Curry.
I want to have Shaq up there.
Durant.
You wouldn't put Shaq up there?
Right, so what's your top 5 then?
Good.
So yeah, what would be your top 5 off your head?
Because competitive drive, that drive where you see Russ on the plate going after it, right? He's getting the points and whatnot, but he's also it's multiple factors for me. This is why I'm basing it off of. Like, you see him on plays, he'll come to his players and he's every single little play, every single minute detail is what guys don't like Russ.
It didn't take Russ. It took Russ to get back on the bench to decide to start playing harder, so that he can show people that he still has it.
No, they sat him on the bench.
Bro, he had to get put. He wasn't doing anything, and I get it. They got LeBron, they got AD, and the Lakers, but he wasn't.
Because he doesn't fit with that team. Sometimes you don't fit with the team.
But then he sat on the bench and he started scoring again.
Because he needs the ball in his hands at all times. That doesn't work well with LeBron. LeBron, you need playmakers.
I don't know.
Yeah, bro. And that, in my opinion, it's opinion, you know.
So wait, where's Westbrook now?
Utah.
He's Utah now. I don't think he's even.
He's not gonna do nothing there. He's not gonna do anything there.
I don't know.
They're gonna trade him away again or buy him out, and
All right,
they're
so
not
you
gonna
talk
put
about
him.
his MVP season. All right, since 16-17, where he scored 31 points, it has declined from 25 to 22. Then he had 27, 22, 18, 15. So
these past 2 years,
Russell's been declining since his age 29 season.
Yeah, this past 2 years is not worthy of.
No, I'm looking at the past 5. It's been declining since.
This past season with the Lakers has been pretty bad for us.
And Houston.
LeBron has played hard every season so far.
LeBron's up there. And so this would be
who would be your top 5?
This would be my top 5. MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Russ, and then probably that fifth one is tough. That fifth one is probably.
Come on, throw a Knicks in there. I know you want to throw a Knicks player in there.
KD?
You wouldn't put KD in your top 5?
No.
No?
No. What are we talking about here? Top 5 in general? Or I'm just talking about like competitive drive.
Competitive drive.
KD's competitive.
I don't know. This guy sits out too much, and he's a crybaby.
And you're not saying Westbrook's a crybaby?
No.
No?
Are you kidding me?
You're out of your mind.
He's not a crybaby.
He is a crybaby.
We're talking about the same Russell Westbrook, right?
Yeah. But this is a recency bias. There's things like you know how Lakers in New York media, like LA and New York media,
Yeah,
they
but he
portray
only had.
you, and it's a tough media outlet to deal with.
He only had like 3 or 4 good seasons.
So if games are not going his way, the media's gonna come after you and spread.
No, I get that, but
narratives.
he's only had 3 or 4 good seasons. He's been on the decline since 16-17, age 28 season. 31, 25, 22, 27, 22, 18, 15.
How old is he now?
He's 34.
How old is LeBron?
38.
And LeBron plays harder than Westbrook.
No.
No.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He doesn't.
At his age, he does not play harder than Westbrook.
No.
You're out of your mind.
Dude, all right. You should watch Russell play. Just watch him play. If he doesn't make the basket, whatever. But watch him play, the hustle, the work ethic. He's coming up to players and saying, "What are you doing?"
I've watched him play. I'm a Lakers fan. He got benched for a reason.
Because he wasn't making shots, but doesn't mean his hustle and competitive drive isn't there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about scoring and getting stats up.
No, I think we agree with you, but to say top 5 and like forget about like KD, Curry.
Nah, I don't know, because I watched KD play. I'm a Nets fan.
I'd probably throw Jason Kidd in there before him.
Nah. What? No.
Jason Kidd used to hustle.
Oh, you know who's the other one? CP3. A lot of people don't like CP3 for that very reason, because he's gonna be on your ass.
That's because Chris Paul is.
He's like an old head, and
the guy scores points in the first half, and then he plays team ball in the second half. That's why people don't like him. He can put up.
He's getting older now, so you can't expect.
He can
him
put
to
up
do
20
more.
points in the first half, and then
Yeah,
he'll facilitate
yeah.
the ball in the second half. That's why a lot of people don't like him,
And his
because
team's
they
always
expect
choking
him
in
to
the
always be a
playoffs.
shooter. They expect him to keep scoring points, huh?
His team's always choked too in the playoffs.
They do.
They really do.
They expect a lot from Chris Paul.
Luka is he's son them all. That's their papa.
Luka, you wouldn't put Luka in front of Westbrook?
Nah.
Nah.
No. Okay, we're doing top 5 point guards or players. Obviously, Luka's better. Luka's better as a player. I'm talking about competitive drive. But Luka,
I don't see Westbrook in my top 5. I mean, top 10, yes.
When I think top 5 competitive or top players, I don't think
Top 10, I would say yes, easily top
even
10.
15. I'd say top 15.
Like, and at top 10, he's probably coming in the back end. But top 5, I can't put him in my top 5 as competitive players. In the NBA, there's a lot of guys that were a lot more competitive there.
would you put Kawhi there?
No,
No.
not even
I
close.
was waiting for somebody to say yes.
I wouldn't even put Paul George in there.
I wouldn't put Paul George.
I wouldn't even
either.
put Paul George in there.
Top 20.
Like,
he's a top 20. I would not say top 10.
yeah, like he wouldn't even hit my top 10.
Yeah, 'cause
It's a lot of players. I mean, if we're talking about a certain era, then maybe Westbrook could fall in there. Yes, but if we're talking like throughout the NBA through past seasons, I don't think Westbrook lands.
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't
top
think
5.
of Russell Westbrook as a top 5. Maybe that one year, yes, but not throughout history, even present day.
A lot of guys used to hustle back in the day.
Oh, back in the day, yeah. This era is different.
Like, that's what I'm saying. If it fell through a certain, if you were talking about through a certain time period, then okay, Westbrook will probably land in the top 5 sooner or later. But if we're talking throughout the NBA, there's a lot of players that hustle more than him, in my opinion, and especially now more than ever. And you could say, okay, they're not giving him the chance, they're not giving him a shot, but there's a reason why they're not giving him that chance.
Well, he didn't fit with the Lakers. That's all recency bias.
He didn't fit with the Rockets.
He didn't fit with Houston.
No one fits
What about
with Houston.
He did well.
Houston suck in general. They need to figure out what's going on over there.
He did well at Washington, but that's about it.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Certain teams, when you're on a bad team, because the Lakers weren't good either. Even LeBron
I
was
give
saying
you
it.
I give you
LeBron
this
had
as
no
the
shooters.
I give you this at the benefit of the doubt. We expect a lot more from Westbrook, and that's the problem.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
Just like we expect a lot more from Bradley Beal, a guy who was playing amazing and then all of a sudden declined.
Yeah.
Like we expect Westbrook to make big plays, and we have not seen that in a while. It's the same thing. Like Harden, we expect Harden to move the ball around, and at what point they expected him to shoot, and he was like, "Listen, I'm gonna run the floor. I'm not gonna shoot," and he admitted to it. He let the other guy shoot. Why do you think a guy gets over 10 assists a game?
Yeah.
So, coming from Westbrook point of view, everybody expects Westbrook to play a lot better than what he is now. I could say Paul George is playing better than Westbrook right now. Kawhi is playing better than Westbrook right now.
Right now, yeah. Everyone
But
has ups and downs.
that's the level Westbrook should still be at, and he's not there anymore. He's declining, and he's declining fast.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in the league much longer.
The way he's going, no, but the competitive drive
In
is
his
still
prime,
there.
yes, anytime.
It's just it sucks on the
But
the teams that he's on right now, that he's going on, requires him to be a point guard.
But that falls
and
into the
facilitate.
LeBron at his age. Westbrook should be keeping up with LeBron.
He does. He plays too fast for the team. That's why they benched him. That's why he would do too many turnovers.
How does he play too fast?
He does.
There's no such thing as playing too fast. This league right now is a fast-paced league.
But it's playing too fast at a fault where he's creating turnovers is what I mean. So he's literally thinking about the next play, and he's not on the same page with his teammates, with like LeBron or whatnot. So
I mean, in Houston, he wasn't doing anything either, though. You can't only solely blame it on him going to the Lakers.
Yeah, that's all I'm hearing from Jonathan right now is the Lakers.
Because that's mostly what it is.
No, because they're in Houston, he was horrible.
What about in
No, he
Houston?
wasn't. He was putting up points in Houston. Look at his stats.
Bro, and there was a reason why Houston got rid of him.
And he had Christian Wood there, too.
He had one good year, 27 points.
You just bring up Christian Wood?
And then he got traded.
Wood is not good?
Christian Wood just recently started playing better.
Yeah, but he was good with Houston. That's why he got picked up by, what was it? Who did he get traded to? Was it the Mavs? That they wanted him? You can't lie. You had Woods in your fantasy league, bro.
Yes.
And he was doing good.
He was
the
doing
Rockets,
okay.
with Russ
It's
there.
fantasy. The guy's going to get rebounds.
But
when did Christian Wood get on Houston?
It's not all about points. You're still doing good if you get rebounds, if you get blocks, if you do what you're supposed to do. There's roles.
All right, let's see what we got. Christian Wood, he's on Dallas now.
Yeah, he used to be with the Rockets when Russ was there.
Russell was there for 1 year, so we have no idea when. Price 18, 19, or 2021.
I'll tell you. I'll put up Westbrook's.
Wood was in Houston 2021. Russell was in.
Russell left Houston in 2020. So he did not play with Wood at all.
And Wood was there the year after?
Yeah.
That's when he started with the Rockets.
In 2021. And he had a good season in 2021. It's Houston, everybody's going to have a good season in Houston. They have nobody.
Not necessarily.
Houston
No, not that they don't have anybody, but that doesn't mean just because they don't have anyone.
You're gonna shine.
A good season.
He was one of the better players on the team. Who else was on that Houston team? Name a player besides Christian Wood that played on Houston when he was there.
John Wall.
Eric Gordon.
We're really gonna bring Eric Gordon into this. The guy averages 6 points a game.
But you said name a player, so I named a player.
I think he means like a top player.
Yeah, they didn't have any. Houston hasn't had a
good.
great player in a while.
No.
And when Westbrook was over there, he wasn't even a great player on Houston.
No, but why? He wanted to get out of there. He literally played half a season, sat out for a bit, and then
he was there for 1 year, and then he got traded to Washington.
Yeah.
He got traded
He wanted
again.
out. He wanted out.
His longest tenure was OKC.
Yeah.
He's been doing one and dones the last few years, except for the Lakers.
Yeah, when he went to after he left OKC, it was downhill. It was legit downhill for Westbrook. We cannot argue about that.
It's hard when you're switching teams, and that's on him. He doesn't want to be there.
Okay, but you're saying Westbrook is just such a great player that when he went to a horrible Houston team, he couldn't even make them better.
No.
But then you argue that when LeBron went back to the Cavs, they got 100 times better.
Because that's who LeBron is. You're trying to compare.
But where's the competitiveness? There is none.
Yes, there is for us.
And then how come every team he goes to, it doesn't become one of these top dogs?
Just because you have a competitive drive doesn't mean you're good.
What did he average when he was in Houston, please?
Like 21 points a game, or 27.
He's still averaging 27 points a game when he was in Houston.
And what was their record that season?
Are you kidding me? That's almost 30 points, dude. What? What? Are you kidding me right now? I didn't even know that stat. That's insane. So he's putting the numbers up. That's insane. Have him do that on the Lakers then. And
But he's not doing on the Lakers.
Okay, but there's a reason why. You got LeBron, you got AD, you got these other players who are supposed to be doing what they're doing, but they're not on the same page. But
because he doesn't fit well with them.
Exactly.
And he hasn't fit well with anybody since he's left OKC.
But you mean my point. So
Which there's no competitive drive. That means
No,
if
there
if
is
you had that competitive drive, you would make players around you better.
No.
Like LeBron does.
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Yes, 100%.
No.
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 Kobe didn't make players around him better.
That's leadership. That's not competitive drive. Like you can have the competitive drive, but it's more so leadership.
The competitive drive to win, you have to make players around you better.
Leadership.
I'm confused by this conversation. Is it leadership or is it competitive?
You need leadership to make people around you better. The competitive drive helps, of course, but you need leadership. And you need it. Russ is downhill for now, yes.
He's going to stay downhill.
But he still has a competitive drive.
He's going to stay downhill, bro. I'm going to tell you this. He's going to stay downhill. The Jazz aren't keeping him. There's no way.
We'll see.
We'll see.
The Jazz are not keeping him.
He'll be somewhere next year. Not Utah.
he definitely won't be in Utah next season.
Oh, man.
Who they have? Markkanen? I would not get rid of him to put Westbrook in the game.
No, they don't play the same position.
This is great so far.
Markkanen doesn't play point guard.
All right, we're going to take...
Does he play point and shooting?
No.
He's a power forward.
He's power forward?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So who do the Jazz have?
They have Sexton.
Real quick.
Yeah, they got Colin Sexton.
And Clarkson. But Clarkson's more of a shooting guard.
So they're going younger. They're definitely not going older.
Yeah, Westbrook is out the door. Adios,
Westbrook's
Russell.
out the door.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we get back, it's time for our 4-minute warning. We're going to have a lot of hot takes, but I think we already did, and we'll be right back.
Especially going back to Columbus down.
Why? They were horrible this year.
Malibu and the diner. These leaders of these countries.
MVP quarterback. And then the other quarterback we have is Derek Carr.
Everything happens to me. Zach Wilson getting hurt happens to me. Not getting let into Bar A happens to me. Going to the hospital after the Jets beat the Titans happened to me.
All right, we are back. You don't see it, but Dave and Jonathan, they've been going at it during commercial break. So it's the 4-minute warning. Let's do some hot takes now. Where does Russell Westbrook stand up between all-time NBA greats? Jonathan, let's hear it.
Where does he land in your top?
All time?
Like 5,
Yes,
10,
all
15,
time.
20?
All time, he's going to land at probably 18. Probably 18.
All time? Top 18?
Yeah.
I say 30. I don't say 18.
Yeah, I think he's high up there, bro. I think he's like 38.
38?
There's
Yeah.
no way he's top 20.
He's top 40 easy. Maybe. Some people would argue that not even top 40, top 50.
Especially at the point guard position.
There's a lot of players ahead of him.
Yeah. Well,
And it's also it comes into a bias because like
You're gonna
I can
count
put
in
Allen
rings.
Iverson ahead of
you're
him.
You're gonna count rings, people with rings, or people who
Yeah.
have, but Russ, even though so he had
I'm
great
not-
years with OKC, and all those great years with OKC are being diminished by these recent 2 or 3 years with the Lakers.
I'm not saying Westbrook's a bad player. What I'm saying is that he's on the decline, and it's declining fast.
Yeah, decline. Everyone declines, but you're gonna just forget
Not
about
LeBron
Mr.
James for
Triple-double
some reason.
because he's load management. Russ plays through his injuries.
Russ also sits the bench, so
Yeah, so he can't really play.
and he's on a team that probably doesn't even want
He
him.
really can't play through injury.
Hey, I mean that's me. That's my opinion. He will be top 18 for me. Or
So top 20. So top 20.
Top 20. He'll be number 18 for me. Yeah.
All right, Dave. Let's hear your hot take
on who? Westbrook?
Anyone? He loves Westbrook. Who do you think is better in the NBA?
Who do I think is better than Westbrook in the NBA? There's a lot of players.
Point guard position.
Name 20 players.
Point guard position. Wow.
Or if you're doing point guard position.
I mean, as a player right now, there's a couple players. Luka, Curry. I mean, it's just, to me, Westbrook.
All time, though.
We're
talking all time.
No, he's talking
right
about
now.
point guards.
Talking about right now?
Don't matter. Today, years ago.
I mean, there's a lot of players. In my opinion, is he coming to a decline? You can't hold him as high in a pedestal anymore. And I feel like that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to hold him up on that pedestal to keep him up there. But he's no longer the player he was.
That's like MJ then. When MJ came back to the Wizards, he wasn't on that. We could be having that same conversation about him. He wasn't on that pedestal then. People were still calling him the greatest player regardless because of what he did before. I'm not saying Russ is up there, but Russ, they call him Mr. Triple-Double for a reason.
You said he was top 5.
For what? A competitive drive, yeah. As far as competitive drive, yeah. Not top 5 players. He would be top 20 players for me. Which is still, I guess it's still kind of high for you guys, but...
I don't know. It's Westbrook.
He set
I don't think he's that great.
He set records though that no one's ever gonna beat.
Is he a great player overall throughout his career? Yes, you can argue that he had great seasons. He's played great games, but I think at one point or another he lost his competitive drive. He lost his his shooting ability. He lost his handling. I mean, you watch a guy like Kevin Durant. He still moves the ball. He still gets rebounds. He still shoots. Like, Westbrook's not doing that anymore.
We'll see if KD keeps doing that with the Suns.
We will. I mean, he doesn't have to, but I think he will.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he will.
Okay, so we'll see what Westbrook, if he does anything with the Jazz, because
it's all about the team and the fit.
So where do you see Westbrook fitting right now? The biggest thing would be where would Westbrook thrive?
With a young team, young core. So someone like the Grizzlies.
Okay.
If he was with
so
the Grizzlies,
now I'm gonna say this.
If he was with the Grizzlies or OKC where they're at now, he goes back to OKC, he will thrive there.
You're saying somewhere young.
You got Josh Giddey there. Yeah.
What happened in Houston?
No, with a good core. Houston doesn't have players. They don't have anybody.
But they did though when he was there.
No, he didn't.
They had Harden.
Oh yeah, he was 1 year with Harden, but he barely played though.
But he had Harden there.
But he barely played with Harden.
I don't know. I don't see him going anywhere right now. Do you send him back into Cleveland? I mean, where do you really send him?
Go back to OKC.
I don't think OKC wants him.
I don't know. I think he's done.
Does he retire in OKC? Maybe. Can he retire in OKC? I'd give him that benefit of the doubt. But I think as a player, he's done. I mean, I don't see him producing what he did back in the day.
I don't see that, but that competitive drive, and he can still win maybe a playoff series or two. I could see that happening. If he goes with the right fit.
I don't see him ever making a playoffs again, unless he's with a great team.
That's what I'm saying.
Unless they put him on Golden State and he's sitting bench most of the time. In my opinion.
Damn.
All right, this is my hot take. The Brooklyn Nets are a better team today than they were when they went to the playoffs with KD, Harden, and Irving, where they lost to the Milwaukee Bucks, and I think they have what it takes to go on a run.
Great young core. They're going to do good things. They just got to keep having fun, and that's what they're doing now. McCall Bridges over there scored 40-something in his last game. I think it was over 45. Cam Thomas, over 45 in, 3 straight games?
Right. 3
so
games.
They've got it. They're going to be good. Just give them time. Do they win a championship this season? No.
No. But they get into the playoffs for sure, and they possibly win. Depending on who they're matched up with, they can win the first round.
I agree.
So who wins NBA title?
That's a tough one, man.
Dallas Mavericks.
You think Mavs?
I think Mavs.
I think they
You
go
too?
around.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know.
They're playing kind of shoddy
Mavericks-
right now, but
Mavericks, Celtics.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Celtics are a great team this season.
It's gonna be Dallas and Boston. I guarantee it. I guarantee.
What do you
it.
got?
And the title to win the title, I got Bucks winning. To be honest, I got Bucks winning the title. From the West, I can see the Nuggets getting there, and they're two number one teams or whatever. But you got Jokic and you got Murray back this year, so.
All right. What about
Gordon.
we're gonna jump ahead into the future. Super Bowl champs next season. Doug, I don't want to hear it because I know what you're gonna say.
What,
You can go
Giants?
last.
What, New York Giants?
No, you're not picking the Giants, and you know you're not picking the Giants.
Let's
You're
go.
wearing that hat for a reason.
Let's go Jets. Let's go Jets.
Cincinnati Bengals. I guarantee it.
Jets, baby. Nah.
All right. In all seriousness.
In all
Yeah,
seriousness.
seriousness.
All right. Next year, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm being serious.
I know you are.
But if not the Bengals, I think a team like the Kansas City Chiefs can repeat. I really think they can. Because they're going to have they're not really going to have pressure on them to win because everyone's going to be like, oh, they can't do it again. And they're going to want to go out and win.
I think Bills finally win.
I'm not gonna say that because you're just gonna be like it's a Patriot fan thing, but the Bills are horrible. I got Chiefs again, winning it back to back.
I don't think.
If anybody's to stop them, it's gonna be the Bengals. So I got Chiefs winning it again. If they do lose, then Bengals will come out on top.
You got that right.
But Buffalo, I'm sorry, Buffalo's not as good as everybody thinks they are.
No, they're not.
They're a great team, yeah, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl championship team. Not just yet. They need to fix a lot of things.
Which they will, I think.
We'll see on the offseason, but
They made a lot of improvements, but you gotta think they lost to. Was it snowing that game? It was snowing that game, but they could be used to that. But that played a big factor because they have no run game whatsoever. Bengals do, so with Mixon running the and he had a game, so that helped them a lot.
Well, that's the thing.
And the O-line came through. If they fix the run game, Bills make it to the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
we'll see. I mean, I got Chiefs winning it again.
Yeah.
Bengals are right behind them. Buffalo, they'll always be in that third place. They're always going to be behind.
If they don't fix that, they need like a star or.
If you had to pick an
running back
NFC
there.
team, who'd you pick?
NFC team? Damn, that's hard. Eagles. The way the Eagles look this year.
Hey, watch out for the Seahawks, maybe.
What?
The Seahawks?
With Gino? With Gino?
No, like a surprise team. I think, but realistically, I think the Eagles.
Dark horse?
The Eagles.
The Eagles will probably get back there.
If anything, I say watch out for the Niners. NFC. They just need the quarterback position fixed. The defense is already there, and to me, defense wins championships.
Yeah, they're there. I mean, like I said, the problem came down to
the
quarterback getting hurt.
Yeah.
Rookie quarterback. We'll see. I think it's gonna come down to who they actually decide is going to be their quarterback next season.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember,
Trey Lance or Purdy.
Exactly. Purdy was never their future.
No.
It's Lance. Lance is their future for them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to come down to who wins in preseason, that starting quarterback spot, which I think they're still going to give it to Trey Lance because that's who they want.
You're drafting him number one. So.
Yeah. So.
All right, before we go, I just got to give a quick shout out to the Super Bowl Podcast. You can follow them on Instagram and YouTube, Super Bowl Podcast. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Hour 30 we did today.
Man, we said we were going to do 45 minutes. We did it. You know, it's funny. We did an hour 30 last time.
We
did an hour 30
I
this
think
time.
next week or whenever we'll do like 2 hours eventually.
Yeah, we'll hit the 2 hour mark. I mean, it's fun. It's fun.
You got this guy saying things like Rushbrook.
We'll talk XFL next time.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be definitely a topic.
That's gonna be a good topic
because the XFL is back, and I think they're gonna do as horrible as they did last time.
Yeah. You think so?
Yes.
But
hey,
Johnson, you know.
We'll see.
All right, guys, this episode was great. Just gotta give a shout out to our good friends at Nicole and Dave. Go Sports. See you guys next time.
This episode was brought to you by Nicole and Dave. Go Sports. For all your latest information surrounding the world of sports, talk to Dave.
Bye.